Pastor Roy Gearhart from Galloway United Methodist Church in Franklin, Pennsylvania, sharing a few words of encouragement to help us follow after Jesus. Well, today is Wednesday, and we look for a word for Wednesday, and today we're going to talk about the law. Now, the law is a good thing. If for nothing else, we know that laws are on the books because we want to stop really bad people from doing really awful things. And if for no other reason, the law is good in that respect. But we know in the Bible there are a lot of different rules and instructions, not the least of which is the Ten Commandments that we're really familiar with. And with that, we realize that the law is good, not just in trying to stop bad people, really bad people, from doing awful things, but the law is there given to us as instruction for life. It's like saying, here's how to enjoy life without getting hurt in the process. When you think about even the Ten Commandments, you know that they are not all do nots. It starts off saying, worship the Lord your God, and then honor your father and your mother. Along with that, there are some things that say, don't lie, don't kill, don't steal, don't ignore God and take his name in vain. You see, there are instructions that say, here's how to enjoy it without getting hurt. But we got to understand that the law is but a tool. It's not the objective. Just getting people to follow the rules is not what God's purpose is for us in life. Following those rules and recognizing our failure in keeping them is a means, a tool toward righteousness and holiness in our life. And righteousness is about a right relationship with God and with others. Holiness about that pure heart that is all in with God, all in with his love and compassion. Now, when we think about the law, then we try to understand why God has given us the law, what it's all about in our lives, and how Jesus fits into all of that. In the book of Romans, the scripture tries to explain to us how that all fits together. In the 5th chapter, it tells us about the beginning of sin, the origin point. And it starts with the original human, the first man, Adam. It says this is where it all started, with the very first human being. And it's been perpetuated ever since. And so that the consequences of sin and death has followed us one after another. And then it says something really interesting. It says, look, sin persisted from Adam through Moses, even where there was no law in effect. And Adam broke a commandment. Moses has the 10 Commandments. But in between all of that, sin still happened. That lets you and me know that the law doesn't cover every single sin. And that even if you kept all of those instructions and commands in the scripture, you still wouldn't necessarily have gotten it right. Look, we all have seen this, and we all hate this. When you've got somebody who says, well, I didn't break any rules. It's like, I didn't break the law. And yet we know that that doesn't mean that they're a good person. We know that they can sit there and say, I didn't break any rules. Technically, I'm not in violation of any law. And yet we know they're rotten people, that they have no kindness, no love. They're selfish, rotten, nasty, wicked people. And sometimes we have to say, that was me. You see, the law isn't the thing that fixes us or that makes it all right. In fact, many times the law is there simply to wake us up, to make us realize that when I do that, I'm doing something wrong. And it reveals something. It reveals that there is something rotten going on in this world, and that there's below the surface, even in me, something rotten, something that's broken. It's just not right. And that's what the law is there to most importantly do, is to make us aware of sin so that we could turn to God. And God has an answer. His first answer is to say, let me forgive you, so that we could start anew. And then he says, let me now give you my spirit so that I could work in you to birth a new life. And there's where that walk with God gets a chance to blossom and that goodness come to life in our relationships with each other every day. So may God bless you today. And as you share his good news, may God make you a blessing wherever he takes you.